As a coach, you teach kids things week in, week out, but I don't think I've spoken to enough coaches that really want to create coaching equipment.
Congratulations, the head coach of the junior section.
No, thank you very much.
Wait.
Guys that used to go to Cairns, and he's a coach at Randburg. So I told him, you are in Scotland, but you're coming back at a certain time. Are you? Because I used to play for Old Aids. The whole thing of respect, it will take you far. And
Hello there and welcome to another one. I trust I find you in good spirits. I'm super excited and I'm always excited. Anyway, before I get into why I'm excited, it's game one and it's another episode. It's Thursday, and as you all know, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. The reason why we come to you is because we're always sitting next to legends of the game, players, coaches, administrators, and everything. So if something like this interests you over and above mental health and spill the beans, please consider subscribing and sharing to the next person, especially in the cricketing world. There's always going to be someone that is in club cricket and everything. But let me come back to why I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tiro Madiseng is here. Hey, bruh.
Nah, man, thank you very much for the invite.
Jeebus, man.
We've been trying to sort this out for a minute.
Forever.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me take you memory lane. First time that I came to Randburg, I was staying in Pretoria. I was still a newbie in South Africa. Rocked up at Randburg Cricket Club, and there's this guy that speaks English better than me. Like, yes,
So are we gonna?
So I'm like, yo, who is this guy that is white, that is in a black body? Yeah.
That's a bit of a shocker. I mean, whenever I speak to some parents on the phone,
Yeah.
for some odd reason,
Are you black?
Oh, you'll be shocked how many times I get that. But I didn't know you were gonna open with that.
My wife always says that I don't keep any secrets.
Yeah. Hey, now I know the tone. What's going on? This is gonna be the tone. But
yeah.
No.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast. It's been forever, bro.
No, thank you very much, bro. I mean, we've been trying to set this out for a minute,
We've tried.
But luckily,
Yeah.
God willingly,
It's so amazing that I was chatting to Aya, because Aya is the content producer and is always the one that's bringing us guests.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I logged in T. It's like, yes. Then it never happened.
Hey.
A week goes by, another week goes by, another week, but always been at the back of my mind. I think I said to you when I sent you the invite, and you're like, wow, bro, I will be honored.
100%.
And I'm like, I never gave you the invite because I was like, Tiro's going to say no.
What? you know.
So it's always, and I love the statement that you said. I don't think you still remember. You said, bro, I'll always be there for whatever you need.
Whenever
got your
you
back.
need.
And I'm like,
it
took forever.
No, it did, but it's happened.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I'm not gonna lie. And thank you very much for the opportunity, man.
Awesome.
Apparently I have a good radio voice as well, so maybe we should just
Can we have a radio channel or a radio broadcaster or whatever that can give us
just a little bit of a taste.
Or I can come to you to get some voice over.
Hey, whatever you like I said, whatever you need, I got you.
Exactly.
Anything you need,
exactly.
I'm there, bro. Anything you need.
You are one of the most authentic guys that I've known in my entire life. You are, what you see is what you get, but don't mess with it. And before we get in, if you were to be a dad to a teenager, what advice would you give the teenager right now with everything that's going on? I know it has nothing to do with cricket, but if you were to look at yourself as a father to a 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old, what advice would you be giving them? So that's probably you giving yourself advice at that age.
100%. I mean, if, like you say, if I was a dad, especially at that age, which is quite key, I think, accept the fact that you're an individual. Enjoy the type of person you are because, you've had proper training. You've had, people behind you teaching you the ways on, what an adult or what a good person should be, and just trust the process in a sense that the teachings, what they've taught you, you know, what you've also kind of experienced in life.
Yeah.
And it's very, very important not to be a follower, bro. You know, too many people make the mistake of being followers and end up not recognizing themselves.
Yes, sir.
You know.
This guy is such a wise man.
Hey, listen,
I love what you say when you say be an individual. I think a lot of times we are growing up to try to be someone else. You're always trying to emulate the next person. You're always trying, if I could be half that person, which is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all.
But there always has to be that individuality in every person.
You know, that's the uniqueness of it. You know, you got to learn something. You got to have some sort of base. But it's very, very important to know that, yeah, with that base, I also have to have 80% of me in it. You know, how you grew up and how your family, you know, raised you, and, you know, just the dignity of you as a person, and the family is very, very, especially carrying your parents' teachings.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
that's very, very important. Because I mean, my house, I've got five other brothers and stuff, and I'm the last born, but it has always been about respect and love. Do you understand? So as long as you respect the next person, trust me, you're going far, bruh.
Wow. Amazing.
You know?
In the comment section, please let us know what you think of this voice.
Ah.
In the comment section, let us know how you know Tiro and your fondest memory with him, either as a cricketer or as a person. So maybe you met in the street or in the work world or anything. Let us know your fondest one and your funniest moment with him. I want to know about it, and you're going to let us know in the comment section. He's already saying, oh no. I think there are certain individuals that have got secrets and files are going to get out.
Hey, listen, Popia, does it work on this now?
Also, you're pulling the legal card.
Hey, listen, you're only on the little roughest comments, you know, because we are coaches at the end of the day.
We're not filtering nothing at all. First things first, before we touch on what you're currently doing with Randburg, I think you've always been a Randburg boy, and I want to track back to Kaz.
Yeah.
But before we get into Kaz, someone that is just coming in right now, we've got people that are watching from Russia, Ukraine. I don't know how you guys do really understand what we say. Let me know in the comment section. You guys,
I would love to learn wherever you are. Just let us know.
Yeah. The first question that anyone will come up with is, who is that person? And I think every interview always has that slot where you tell the people who you are. And I know who you are, and most of the people that watch the show, they know who you are locally. But there's always going to be that one person that is not in South Africa or not in our circle that also watches the show. And they're like, who's this? Who's this hunk? Who's Tiro?
You're on a roll today, bro.
I know, right? Throwing punches and punches.
Hey, listen, I wasn't even ready for this. So, but I'm Tiro Madiseng. First and foremost, I'm the youngest out of 6 siblings. I'm a boyfriend. Hello, baby.
I think this. You know what? You are lucky. You know what, let me take this opportunity. I told you I don't have secrets. So, madam, you call, and we were in the car at the same time. Like, hello, stand us out. Yes.
She's been a pillar of strength, and
nice.
But she's been awesome. But going back to her, I'm a cricketer as well. Outside cricket, I've got my own business, which is outdoor. It's centered around advertising, which is outdoor media. And the same breath, I look after my nephews and nieces in the sense that whenever they need anything in terms of help with some school stuff, I'm there.
Yeah.
Anything that they need. So, but mainly coach, and I do my outdoor media business on the side.
Being a last born, how mentally daunting is that? And at the same breath, you are growing up to be the baby. Everyone is sort of protecting you.
No, 100%.
What's your perception of your growing up? Were you the one to be picked on, or were you the one to always be protected in the sense that no one can mess with you, and you knew that I've got my siblings back, so no one can mess with me. It gives you confidence.
I mean, I'm very, 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 very fortunate. I'm a lucky guy, bro, to have the type of family that I have. I mean, I've got about 5 brothers and a sister, so I was always protected. But now, the luck part of it is that my older brothers are quite known in Alex and stuff where we're from. So they've built, relationships with a lot of people. Whereas, I mean, let's say my second oldest brother, Jack, you into kids. As soon as I got to kids, they were like, hey, are you Jack Madiseng's brother?
Wow.
When I said yes, they're like, oh, you got big shoes to fill, But I'm fortunate in the sense that all of my brothers have made, relationships which were quite meaningful. So I was protected in that sense. I mean, I'm not going to say life was easier, but it was more manageable. In any room that I walked into, one of my brothers was known, which was quite bizarre. It was hectic,
It's amazing that you're saying you made a name, or those are big shoes to fill. And I think it's a Madiseng thing.
No, it is.
Where is it hailing from that you are born leaders? And a lot of times you have a family of 5, and 1 or 2 probably end up being leaders.
So
yet everyone in your family is a leader of some sort.
I think it came down to how my mom and my dad really kind of worked together to raise us. I mean, we don't come from a very rich family, but I mean, most of us. 2 of my brothers played soccer. They got scholarships to soccer schools. My other brother, myself and Jack, we played cricket. We got scholarships to King Edward. My sister got a hockey scholarship. So I mean, the whole home environment, really kind of really helped us. And for the mere fact that our dad was there to be the disciplinarian, and the mom was the nourishing, the good cop and stuff. But the whole thing of respect, it will take you far, and making sure that you leave your surname in a good note wherever room you actually kind of walk into, really kind of just set the platform. For me, from my brothers, that's all they did, and that's what I learned from. Always leave your surname in good standing.
It's amazing. It comes back again to you as a person. So if you're leaving the surname in a good standing, that means you're a good person. You're not screwing people over.
You're not.
So you already think, before you screw someone over, you're thinking, they're going to say the Madisengs. And that's how it is with a bucket full of tomatoes. If one tomato is screwed up, we're just going to say that bucket is screwed up. So you may be the nonsense one in the Madiseng. They're never going to say, no, it's Tiro that's Tiro. Nonsense. No, the rest are good. They'll just say, just those Madiseng boys are nonsense. King Edward.
Great.
What's your fondest memory of King Edward? From before we get into your cricketing career and everything, what's the one thing that stands out when you think of King Edward?
Respect and love. There's a thing that school does. As soon as when you walk in, they preach respect. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you work, doesn't matter what you're wearing. If you could be the groundsman, you could be a taxi driver, you will always greet that person. Either if you know their name, or you go, ma'am, or sir. Do you understand? Respect and love, man. And just that whole environment was fantastic.
The way you're smiling.
But the thing is, it was great, because I mean, you go into school with your mates. It was an all-boys school. So
it's your mates. Everyone's your mate.
Everyone is your mate. No one is trying to upstage each other, except for on the cricket field. But it was they actually did well in installing an ethos of brotherhood. Which I tend to I carry with me everywhere I go. If I help to this person, this person will help the next person. So it's very, very key. It's very, very key.
In the comment section, if you are from Cares, please give us red hearts. Now I wanted to say blue hearts.
Yes.
If you know Tiro from Randburg, it's Blue Hearts. If you know Tiro from ads and Kaz, Red Hearts.
Red Hearts. Go
Let's
school.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see who's gonna win, the red or the blue. Let's do this. Yeah.
Come on. I don't know who I'm rooting for now.
Yeah, well, which one exactly? Which one?
I got love for both, bro. I got love for both.
T, let's come back to your upbringing.
Yeah.
As a cricketer, you grew up in Alex, where
Yeah.
for us black people, it is so easy to go the soccer route because a soccer ball is all you need and skill, maybe. To play cricket or hockey or golf or tennis, there's always going to be an extra that is needed.
100%.
So a lot of black kids will gravitate towards the soccer because it's readily available in the location. Take me through your spurting growing up. This is Tiro, a 10-year-old or a 9-year-old. Alak is 10. Tiro, the 10-year-old, thinking, I think cricket is the one.
See, it wasn't a conscious decision that I'm going to go play cricket.
Okay.
So my older brother played cricket, Jack. So he finished at Cares and he went into coaching.
Okay.
So this was when, Baker's mini cricket was going throughout the township schools, trying to introduce, township kids to the sport.
Yeah.
So my brother just said, hey, my man, let's go play cricket.
Okay.
I was like, okay, what is cricket?
What
is that?
Yeah.
And he was like, don't worry, let's go. I'm the coach.
Wow. And how old are you at this point?
I was 8 years old.
Okay.
So mini cricket, 8 years old, and he says, let's go play. I was like, okay, let me just, because to me, he's my hero.
Yeah, it's my
all
brother.
All the brothers are my heroes and stuff.
So if he says, let's go, we
go. We went, first practice, guess who ran more than everybody else? Me.
Tiro.
Yeah, because...
oh, brothers, hey, you're not listening.
You're not listening,
go.
So more laps. You understand? I mean, he made sure that, my teammates, even though they knew that my brother was a coach, he made sure that,
there's no special
treatment at all. One case in point was, I know we're skipping, we're going far, but he was coaching our under-13s at Alex, and I played for that team, and I was at King Edward Prep. I just got a scholarship from there, but King Edward Prep is quite far from
Alex,
and we were starting practice at about 2:30, and we left school at about 2:00 and arrived late.
Okay.
And he sent me home.
Jesus. But he knows that you're coming from school.
He knows exactly well I'm coming from school. I had to catch a taxi as soon as I got a taxi. I didn't even go home to change.
But it hurts.
It hurt. It hurt so bad. But now it showed that if you want to be here, you'll be here. Doesn't really matter if it's at Kebs or it's at Alex.
I don't care.
I don't care, my boy. Life is like that. If you want something so badly, you'll work and you'll respect people's time and you respect your teammates. Your teammates were here before you.
Jeez.
Why are you late? So he sent me home. So that stuck with me. One of the lessons, and always have put everything in everything. You can't go halfway.
It's amazing how, and we're skipping like you're saying.
Yeah.
And I remember you were talking to your girlfriend on the phone. And you said we're going to the interview. It's not an interview. It's a conversation. So we're going to bounce off up and down.
100%.
And what I want to put out is, I still remember, I don't think you remember that story. You were talking to me, and when you were coaching the Prem side, you said the one thing that I did first when I got the guys was punctuality and respect.
100%.
And a guy would rock up late and they just walk in with their kit bag and you told them go back.
Yeah, and
Do you remember you told me that?
I remember.
So I was like, wow,
well.
it's not only you are chasing them away because they are late, but it's also the principle around, if we say in practice starts at 4, I expect to see everyone's kitted up or sparked up, whatever the case may be, at 4 o'clock. Because you are adults.
100%.
You know what you're doing. So when 4 o'clock was hitting and you were 40 minutes away and you never bothered to send me a message an hour before, sorry, I'm running late, that means you don't respect your environment or the guys around.
Around you.
That's coming from your brother. But this is a 13-year-old that gets chased away.
Yeah.
13-year-olds and tears are so close. It's easy to feel like mom doesn't love me because she beat you.
100%.
Or dad hates me because he smacked me. That 100%. Kind of vibe. What went through the 13-year-old's mind when you were chased? Or did you think that he was joking but unrealizing?
First time I thought he was joking, but when I looked at his face, I was like, this guy's not joking. He's serious. He's like, no, go home. And I cried. I'm not gonna lie, I cried because I understood the whole assignment that most of my teammates got there on time, and they took the time to be there on time because they wanted to be there. And I said I wanted to be there, but my actions didn't show it.
Yeah.
You
But
know.
you can't control what happens on the road. That's the thing.
But that's true. You know, it's very, very true. But now it made it clear that you made a commitment to be part of this team.
Yeah.
The same way I made a commitment of being your coach. I was at work. I rocked up here to coach you guys.
I made it happen.
And I got there on time. So I expect nothing less from you guys, which is something that I've carried through all my life and stuff. You know, I mean, if I say, Tats, listen, you know how long it took us to do this, you know?
Yeah,
But I made a promise. I was
Yeah.
like, my boy, we're gonna do this.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's just one of those things that keeping your word, you know, it's very, very key.
Amazing though, that in as much as you're coming from far, if you knew that I need to be there and it takes me 40 minutes, then that means you're not going to hang around with your friends soon after the bell rings.
No.
First thing,
I was
you're
out. I was
You understand?
hiking.
Exactly.
I ran.
Yes, there may be a traffic light that's not working or whatever, but you have to make it happen. And I think a lot of times, especially with our youth, there's always an excuse behind. I did not score 100 because the ball swung. I did not catch it because there was the sun. I did not do this because the ground was wet. That's why I misfielded. No one wants to take responsibility. And here is a lesson to a 13-year-old. Yes, you're crying and you're leaving your mates, because most of those boys that you were playing with were your mates.
Yeah.
And now, to a certain degree, you're kind of feeling like if my brother is the coach, then I'll get certain privileges.
You know?
Now you feel like I wish I was not a, I wish I was not a sibling.
I really
Because at this stage, clearly being a sibling is an enemy. I've seen that with Alake as well, and it's so great that you mentioned it, because I was throwing balls to him a few days ago.
Yeah.
So he hits the ball nicely. His head is down. Then he lifts his head, misses it, and he looks at me. So I'm like, you don't have to look at me. But then the way I was so hard with him, I've never been so hard like that to other kids. I keep on telling them, head down, but head down, but. So I was like, maybe I'm too rough.
Not
But
really.
I guess that's just how it is when you are,
Very
when you are
close.
coaching your kid or your brother, you want them to supersede expectations.
100%. You have to, because remember, you're daddy, you know. So at home, there's that soft side,
Yeah.
you know. But now he's in this different position, whereas daddy's the coach or he's specialist coach there. All right. And everybody has expectations, you know,
Yeah.
especially from Malaki and from what he's done.
Yeah.
I mean, he's from the first, you remember the first video
Yeah,
that I saw?
true. Yes,
This
yeah.
boy has improved
Miles.
so much to a point where even parents on the side, they're like, last week, one of the parents was like, hey, if one of the Proteas bowlers had rhythm like I like it,
Wow.
it'd be great, you know, because
Wow.
he looked so effortless. You
Wow.
know, he was running up nice and easy and stuff. So it's the work that you put in.
Wow.
If you think you're being too hard, you'd be shocked at what it does for the kid. Because imagine if you weren't that hard, or if you weren't that tough, he'd actually kind of feel like, oh, try go through life like that, you know. But if he learns, listen, it's not all roses and it's all rainbows out there. You gotta graft. I mean,
You have to.
you have to graft, and that really, really helps. Even though when you don't see it, or you think he may be crushed, but you'd be surprised at the type of lessons these boys, you know, take away.
Yeah.
You know?
It's amazing that when you mention those things and you're like, dude, last weekend or the weekend before, we had an issue around selections with Alake. And I'm thinking, no, Jens, I don't think he's ready. And you and Tapelo were the first ones like, no.
Please, Pops, please. Don't
Can you
waste that
can you
time.
take a back seat?
Just take it.
And it's so amazing that you are being told by coaches, yet you're a coach yourself.
Straight.
And a lot of times we, as parents, we kind of want to tell the coach what to do.
Yeah.
And that was a lesson to me that, you know what? Wow, okay, take a step back.
Yeah. You
You
really
don't have to say anything.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, I mean, you have standards, which is good. You've set very high standards and everything. And we as coaches, and especially me, I see that.
Yeah.
You know, acknowledge it. I'm like, this kid can play.
Yeah.
You know? So hence why I was like, Tatenda, please, man.
Step aside.
Please.
Step aside.
Let like him.
Let him be.
We see what we see. We know what we see.
Yeah.
And I think it was easy for you to kind of relax a little bit or to kind of ease off reins because I stepped in and I said,
yes,
because you know where we played, where we come from.
Exactly.
You know? So this is not coming from someone that you don't know if they can.
And you're not saying what you're saying because
I'm your friend.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
this is a line.
This is
we are talking about the player, not your son.
100%. This is the player.
Exactly.
And because we know what sort of standard and what sort of cricket that we've played, I see it. I that's why I was like, Emma, boy, you've done so well.
Yeah.
That's why I know this kid deserves to be here.
Let him be.
Let him.
Yeah.
So if it's tough, it's good. It's a learning curve for him.
Yeah. I think as parents as well, we get so scared that what if you won't shine or he's gonna feel like he's not good enough because he's comparing. But then it comes back again to when you walk into an environment, it's easy for you to diminish yourself.
100%.
And I'm gonna come back now to. We're speaking about Alaki, but I want to bring it back to you. You're walking into King Edward, and it's a prestigious cricketing school with high values, and it has kept those values for years and years and years.
Over 100 years.
Yeah. So someone walking in, you're not walking in to change your culture, to express your culture. You're walking in to be part of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can walk out.
Yeah, straight.
This is a kid from Alex.
Yeah.
You're walking into such tradition. What's going through your mind? Was there an element of, I don't belong here, I'm not good enough? What am I doing here? Because I'm supposed to be with my friends.
Fortunately, like I said, I'm a lucky person, bro. Because my brother used to go to Cares, but he never gave me any information about everything that's happening there. But the information that I got was, you go there, experience it, take it and enjoy it, and then you do the best with it. Okay. That's very, very key. You know, I mean, when I walked in there, I'm not going to lie, because I was really starstruck, because I've always wanted to be part of those guys. Because every time, whenever you played against Keps, the primary school, because we played against, if we go a step back again, before I got into Cares, I actually went to Keps. But how I got into Keps is that my brother's team played against Keps and we beat them.
And you were in Alex?
I was playing for Alex, and I opened the batting, and then hence how they saw me, and they were like,
I see.
Hey man, we want that boy. So I got a scholarship to go to Keps. But walking into Keps and that whole environment, because it was one of the things that I really wanted to be part of. Because you'd play against these boys and they always look nice.
And when they rock up with their blazers,
and their caps, and and everything is so organized, and I mean, the coach doesn't have to say much because they already know the drill. They know they're a well-oiled machine, and as an opposition, you'd be like, well,
geez, we're in for it.
Like, listen, it's gonna be.
These guys know what they're doing.
It's gonna be a tough one, but they got a shock of their lives, because they ran into this township team, which was led by a coach that wasn't afraid, a coach that knew how to get the best out of each and every kid.
Wow.
You know, I mean, each and every kid in that team had to work to be in that side. And if you lost your spot, it was very hard to get it back. You're done. You were done.
So literally every practice, you're there on time.
You are there, and you are there.
You're doing something,
and physically you are there.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, him and his co-coach, God rest his soul, Godfrey. They did wonders with that team.
Wow.
They got into the heads of these township boys, which didn't have any expectations of what the sport can do for them.
Wow.
They just wanted to be off the street. They just wanted to be off the street, and they were introduced to a sport which they really didn't dream or grow of playing, but it was something
because it was not on the cards.
Yeah, it was like, oh no, let's give it a go.
Like, oh, let's see.
Let's go.
What's the worst that
could happen? And God, God works in mysterious ways, to a point where, they got this certain team that really played well.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, we beat Keps, we beat Sicilians, we beat most of these little prestigious boys.
Schools.
To a point where that whole team, all of us got scholarships.
Yes,
I think there was only 2 out of that team that didn't get it, and the only reason why they didn't get in was because they didn't attend the entrance exams.
The entrance exams.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Otherwise, they would.
But in the squad of 15, 2 didn't make it. All of us.
Wow.
St. David's, Caps.
Wow.
You name it.
This is a kid with no expectations whatsoever, but you're seeing them rock up, or you're going to play there, and the fields are green, and there is lunch.
Manicured.
There is, literally like everything you can think of.
100%.
Their kids are coming in, they're clean, and
The parents are there.
the parents are there watching. I think Ekasi, our parents will never come.
No, listen,
If mom or dad comes, maybe it's a once in a while type thing.
You know?
Because they don't understand the game, and you can't really blame them. Also, they're at work 7 to 7,
100%.
Sunday to Sunday, to try and make a living.
Yeah.
So it's going to be mentally daunting. This is a young lad that is opening the batting, Tiro, and you're facing a kid that has got nice shoes, probably.
Yeah.
His whites are really white.
Really white, right?
Yeah. And the keeper is there behind you, and he's clean, squeaky clean. What's that doing to you mentally? Can you take us memory lane to that particular game?
Yeah, you know, that first game that I played for them, you know, it was insane, to a point where, you know, Big Bro pulled us to the side, and he really got into our head saying that, hey, gents, listen here. I want you to remember one thing. If you guys think you don't belong in this team, if you don't think you can win, and he specifically pointed at me and says, if you don't think you can score runs, take off your shirts, go home.
Yeah. That's a bitter pill to swallow.
So, but none of us wanted to do that.
So that means you want to be here and you believe you can win.
And what he said was, fear kind of stops you from doing things. So don't be scared. If you're scared, you're not going to do anything. Same applies. If you see that boy, you see that does a talk it. Everyone was like thinking, "Ooh, we're going to get bounced."
Quick.
He's quick. And he says, if you fear him before you even face him, you have lost. The guy bleeds just like you. So go in there, do what we coached you to do, and you'll be fine. Don't be scared.
Just
Matter
make
of
yourself.
fact, he took off my helmet. Hey, why are you wearing a helmet? Don't be too soft.
Yo.
You know? So we went in there. They're going off. You know how it is. You know, obviously, naturally, you're gonna be nervous. There's no ways you're not gonna be. There's no ways you're not gonna be nervous. But I had an opening partner, Tiro Madiseng. Insane boy, crazy energy. You know, whenever they pushed, you know, at us, he pushed back.
Okay.
And when he started pushing back, I also started pushing
Obviously,
back.
because you got the backing,
But now you're playing against the school that you've always wanted to be part of, and your whole body's just like,
I want to be on the other side.
I want to be on the other side, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But you know, luckily, first ball I hit a 6, and then it went
Then
down.
the rest is
the
history.
rest is history. You know, I mean, they kept quiet after that. Like, oh, these guys can play.
After a good shot, that's how everyone goes, and you see cover push back. I think
They're like, oh, okay.
it's
Okay, yeah,
happening.
no, there's a match. It's match on now.
happening,
It's game
yeah,
on. So,
yeah.
nerves. But then, you know, after just saying that, hey, I got taught what to do. I'm just going to implement. And if it goes off, it goes off. It doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, and luckily it actually kind of went off, and it went off in spectacular fashion.
Yeah.
You know, myself and my batting partner, I think we had if I can remember properly, we had an opening stand of 170 odds.
Wow.
You know, so it was a good day
Yeah,
out. You know,
yeah.
hence why after that match, the coach went to my brother and said, "Hey man, who's that boy?"
You want that boy.
Yeah, you know.
I'm amazing that okay, fine. Then the scholarship happens.
Yeah.
What is the discussion with the parents? Obviously, you're going very far. Alex to
to
Houghton is far. You are alone for the next 45 minutes, an hour
Yeah.
to get to school.
Yeah.
What's the discussion with the parents with regards to who you are and the values at home to be taken with you to this new environment? That yes, Jack was there,
Yeah.
but you are you.
I'm
You
me.
mentioned when we started the show as well that there has to be an element of individualism.
100%.
Yes, Jack was there. Yes, you know you're protected.
Yeah.
But who is Tiro, and how is Tiro going to handle himself there? What was the chat with mom and dad at the time?
See, the chat was, "Hey, my boss, this is my dad. Like, we've given you everything that we could for you to be in this position. You know, you're a very respectful kid. this is what you need to take forward. Do me a favor, don't follow. If you see a group of guys, don't follow.
Oh.
You know, the people that are meant to be with you, or the friends that are meant to be in your life, trust me, they'll gravitate towards you. Because you never learned about energy while you were that young, but you know, now at this age you understand what energy is, and if your energy attracts the type of energy you need around you, it will always gravitate towards you. So he said, listen, don't change for anybody, don't try to move with the crowd, all right? You just live and be amongst people in a way that everybody is happy to have you around, and you're not, you know, messing up, you know, other people's days by just being, you know, and not a nice person, and everything just will find you. And luckily, I mean, crazy part is, you know, it really did work out. You know, I was first day there, I'm chilling in the corner there, nobody knows me.
Exactly.
And
everyone is sitting with their own,
own
their circles,
But now, the guys that saw me were the first team players that I
obviously,
played against.
because you played against them.
I played against them, and I was they're like, hey,
Oh, great, yeah.
You know, and all that energy kind of gravitated towards me. You know, the right people were around me.
I love the part that you said, the right people will gravitate towards you. I think we're living in a society that is we're so desperate to fit in.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so that group is walking naked. Maybe I should walk naked.
Yeah, let me.
Yes, yeah. That group is drinking, so I should drink as well.
Let me have a part.
It's so powerful that, yes, stay in your lane, know who you are, be strong as an individual. The right ones will come.
No, 100%.
The ones that are not right don't have to come. And you don't need them.
Oh, you don't need them.
Exactly. Half the time, the crappy ones, you don't need them.
Yeah.
And that's, bro.
No, listen, I mean, that's the best sort of advice that I've had. And I mean, I don't have a big group of friends, you know, but I've got my brothers that I went to high school with, which we still have a WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group, and then, you know, we talk and everything. But, you know, outside of that, you know, the small circle that I keep, you know, it works.
Yeah.
You know, there's no...
The smaller the better.
The smaller the better.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the right energies that are around me.
Yeah.
And, you know, that way I can give off some of that good energy rather than having big groups and trying to be people that you're not. I think that's where that downfall happens. Yeah. Hence why you get these big groups and then all of a sudden they split.
They split because they were never supposed to be.
They were never supposed to be.
Yeah, amazing. Tiro gets a scholarship. He walks in. He is that individual. You guys coming through. High school comes.
Yeah.
It's a different setup.
It's a different set of...
Gents are coming from other schools. You are it's a different environment. Yes, you grew up at Caps. Yeah. But then Cares, it's a different story altogether.
It's a different animal.
Where are you mentally, grade 8?
Grade 8. I mean, it's walking in first day. I'm excited, thinking, I'm at Cares now, you know, because as well, Cares also has a insane reputation. You know, if you're part of the King Edward High School, I mean, you're one of the Ed boys. Okay. You know. Yeah. Listen, it wasn't all roses.
So you came in like, I got that.
I'm good. I'm happy. But the first lesson from the matric group was, hey, so all you grade 8, you guys were big fishes, huh? In the tank.
7,
yeah, in 7 you're big fishes in that little fish tank of yours, no? Guess what? Now you're in the ocean. There's bigger fish here. There's sharks here. Sure.
There's sharks. There's whales.
Sharks here.
Yeah.
You know, but enjoy the environment. But just know there's bigger fish there. You know, but now you're part of this institution, whereas, you know, brotherhood now is actually kind of taken to a next level now. You know, you're getting boys from other provinces, from other schools, which they don't know the whole.
They don't know. They were not at Caps. Yeah.
But the way they've set it up was to kind of get everybody on the same page very quickly in 1 week.
Everyone was on the same page.
Yeah. During induction, in 1 week, everybody was on the same page.
Wow.
You know, in the sense that, like I said before, respect, number one. Don't care. It's the first thing.
Don't care. You're coming from KZN, you're coming from Limpopo.
Don't
respect.
care if you're rich. Don't care if you're poor. You respect the next guy. Simple as that. You know, that's one thing right now. I think that's really, really, that kept, you know, that school being where it is.
Yeah.
Because
I think as well, you've seen that in these big prestigious private schools where just because one kid is coming to school in a Lamborghini, the other one is coming in a Toyota or in a taxi, then that means Lamborghini is more important. We are all at the same school. We are all on the same ground.
But now with that school, you can come in your Lambo or your Rolls Royce.
I don't care.
I'll come in a taxi.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter.
Respect.
Respect, that's all it is.
And it goes both ways. You're not respecting the Lambo.
No.
I'm respecting you as a person.
As a person.
Simple.
You understand? Simple. Whether the person is a gardener at the school, is a teacher, all will be greeted the same way. Ma'am or sir, if you don't know their name. Or if you know by them, you say good morning, Tatenda.
Mr.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Simple as that. You know, it's one of those distinctive things that a lot of parents actually kind of enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, because now they have to deal with brats that don't ever respect.
Exactly.
But as soon as when they go to that whole environment.
It's so great that you mentioned that. Because Kyle Hannon.
Yeah.
Kid has been amazing though. He's always been respectful.
Yeah.
He knows me as Taz. He rocks up at Randburg on Friday, a few Fridays back.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Hello, Kyle. How you doing, sir? Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 week.
When did we get here? It's grade 8.
Yeah.
When did we get here? Like, no, sir. Address you as sir. Like,
Sir.
wow.
Yeah. 1 week.
That to me, I was like, okay. Now what you're saying right now is sort of like, wow, okay.
Yeah. It's just it's just what it is, you know. Because I mean, there's a certain currency in it. You know, any kid that you meet there, it's very hard for you to actually kind of forget because you are amongst other kids that go to different schools. I'm not saying these other schools are not doing what they need to do.
Definitely.
Right? But there's a certain differentiation factor that comes in.
Yeah.
That if I say good morning, sir, to someone who's not used to it, who's used to kids just walking past them,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, it actually kind of it'll click over.
And you remember that kid.
You remember that kid.
Wow, that
You
respect.
know?
Yeah.
So something simple as just saying good morning, sir, good morning, ma'am.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it does wonders.
Crazy.
Funny enough, it does wonders.
Crazy.
It does.
Amazing though. Amazing. The tradition at Cares has just been amazing. Tiro at first team cricket.
Yeah.
Or rather, first practice.
Yeah.
What's Tiro thinking? Is he walking in there and thinking, come on, man, I got this. He's still a cricket boy at the end of the day. What's happening there?
Hey, listen, there's nerves, big nerves, because that school kind of pulls in different players from every province.
Yes.
Do you know, if there are a couple of boys that, you know, played for Western Province, some of them played for Easterns, and there was some of us from Gauteng. I mean, funny enough, my under-14 team had, 8 Gauteng players?
Jeez.
6 of them played Gauteng under 13 A's, which I was part of, and then the 2 was under 13 B's, and the rest was made of. I mean, there are some boys that played provincial, like Eastern Province, they couldn't make the under 14 A side. Wow. You know, but you still didn't relax, bro.
That's the pool of players.
Yeah.
So that means if you lose your spot,
it's gone.
The next person is coming in and still doing a better job.
Yeah, and I have a story for that, which really kind of happened to me in a sense that, you know, me as an opening batter, I mean, just going through trials and just making the under 14 A side. Did very nicely, you know, first year and under 14s, and then under 15s. Normally we have a tournament, whereas, you know, we'll play a couple of matches in a week. After the end of the week, they choose a provincial team. But now, I got injured as an opening batter. I got injured, split the webbing. I got dropped down to number 5. But the guy who replaced me, the guy who replaced me,
Gang runs.
He banged in runs. He banged in runs, and you know, when I was healed, thinking that I'm gonna get my spot back, I'm gonna walk in. You know, they were like, "Hey, Mr. Madiseng,
sorry.
Yeah, the stats, bro.
You can't justify. How do we exactly? Yeah.
How does it happen? How, you know? We played all 4 games. I didn't bat once.
Jeez.
Do you understand? I'm a number 4 batsman. I didn't bat once.
So they're finishing the game.
They're finishing the games. You know, and then because I got a scholarship to Cares, you know, CGL come through like, hey, listen, we know there's a Tiro Madiseng in the team, you know.
But we don't see him.
We don't see him. They were like, no, he's batting 5. He's like, they asked the school if they could give me a chance to open, you know. And because the top 5 was already seen, they decided to give me a chance. I scored 110.
Sure.
So,
but then this is because someone had to ask. And you still come in and still take the opportunity. And I want to come back again to the guy that replaces you goes in and bangs runs. And we're coming in a society where everyone just thinks that everything just has to come on a silver platter.
Yeah.
My kid is batting number 5. Why is he batting number 5? Why is he batting number 6? I want him to open the bat.
Yeah.
When he does open the bat, he doesn't score the runs. It's a different thing where someone had to ask for you to be given a chance. Then you proved
that, I belong.
This is what I can do.
Yeah.
I belong here.
I
wasn't betting not because I didn't want to bet, because I did not have a chance. I've got the chance. There I have it.
Yeah.
And boom, that happens. Take me through now first team cricket.
Oof.
What's different?
The different is the coaching. And when I say the coaching is the coach knows what you've done because he's been keeping an eye on you. So now you're stepping into a first team that annihilates anybody who's anybody.
They don't care.
They don't care. If you come in, you're playing against Cares, you score 250, we'll tell you you're at least 70 runs short.
Sure.
You know, you're coming into a well-oiled machine, like I kid you not, to a point where it's one of those teams that every kid would give their left arm to be part of.
Wow.
So my thing was, my brother was like, hey, bro, you're in grade 10, you made first team, well done. But I think you should take this year to learn as much as possible how things are done, at what pace, what is needed to stay there, you know, in terms of the extra work that is needed to be in, you know. So basically it was mainly just learning the ways and how they do it, because already they were set in their ways and how they do things, how they practice, you know, how often they practice, you know, to maintain that standard that's been set by the other players that left. Because right now they have this great thing, whereas, you know, past players of the first team, if they leave the school, they would leave their first team cap to someone on the side. You understand? I mean, I had Neil Mackenzie's cap.
Jeez.
You know, he gave
those
it to my brother.
those are big,
big
shoes to fill.
You know, so it was one of those situations where if a past player gives you their cap and say, my boy, listen here,
I'm done. Take over. Here's the button. Relay.
He has a standard. Don't drop it. Do you know, it's one of those things whereas, this is a well-oiled machine. It's a very famous, well-oiled machine. And I don't know how you're gonna do it, but you have to do it. You have to be better. That's the thing, though.
It comes to me as you cannot relax.
You can't.
Just because you've made first team doesn't necessarily mean that you're the best.
No.
And also doesn't mean you're the worst.
Not at all.
It just means it's not enough.
Yeah, it means it's not. You gotta work even more now because everybody's gunning for you. Everyone
wants that spot.
Yeah, the guys that are just in the same school as you, and as well as your opposition now, because if they beat Cares,
because you're a big target.
We're very
you got a target on your back, basically.
100%. So you're a massive target, and it's not a situation as where it's a horrible environment that you're always stressed. No, it was an environment whereas we know the sort of stress that's there, and these are the tools to manage it or to even, you know, thrive in that stress.
It's not a it's a good problem to have.
It's a very good problem
it's
to
a
have.
very good problem.
It's a very good problem because you had tools to either manage or get better in that situation. It all had to do with it was with you.
Yes.
If you wanted to.
Yeah, the buck stops with you.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
you know, the buck stopped with you and stuff, and bro, you saw your teammates do the work. It's not like, okay, you see the boys.
They're grafting.
They're grafting. So in the situation of, okay, am I going to let my teammates carry me? Or
I have to be part of the
I'm going to be part of the carrier. You know,
amazing.
So everybody wanted to be part of the carriers, which made it really, really nice to be a part of that side, you know.
Beautiful. I think someone watching this and come back to the comment section. I haven't spoken to you guys in a while. And from the comment section, whatever that T has reiterated on Cares, what are some of the memories that you remember, not on the cricket field, maybe in the bathrooms, in the dormitories, in the dining hall? or something. Give me all that, not filtered. We want it all. Tiro goes after school club cricket.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I want to touch at is you played cricket in Scotland.
Yeah.
Then played for Randburg.
Yeah.
And I want to compare the two, the club cricket in Scotland at the time and the club cricket here. What are some of the things that you took in from Scotland that you implemented here and changed your game? That's one. And two, what comparisons would you put in, negative or positive, club cricket here and club cricket there?
I mean, I think the standard is quite different. You know, fresh out of high school, you go over there, and basically, I mean, I didn't have any information about what the club was and how they were in the league or how they played the sport.
Because you're basically a kid as well.
Basically a kid,
Yeah.
you know. So you're rocking up there, and it was a bit of a shock, bruh. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, playing in snow.
It's cold.
It's cold.
3 jumpers and you're
You
standing
know.
like, the ball better not come to me.
Listen, I mean, we are spoiled here in SA. When you go to a game, you know, you got boundary ropes there, the pitch is cut. There, you do the work. You know, you got to set out your boundary ropes, you got to do the markings. And but the thing is, that team that I was part of, Glenrothes, great bunch of guys. Great bunch of guys and stuff. And as much as I was young, they always were willing to learn.
Okay.
You know, I mean, from when I rocked up there, we went from like finishing number 5, 6 to, you know, challenging to win the league.
Okay.
You know, and they were always willing to learn. You know, like I said, I mean, when you got there in terms of the game, the actual match and the environment, the ball was a lot slower there.
Okay.
So the adaptation of going from faster pitches to slightly slower pitches, which force you to actually kind of hit the ball
As
late as possible. You know, it was one of those situations where you had to adapt quickly and adapt to the swing. You know, but coming back home, pitches again are quick.
Now you have to adapt now.
Now you have to adapt again,
now you have to,
and you know, now you have to be. So the thing that stood out for me was I got a lot more patient when I came back.
I see.
You know, even though the pitches were a lot quicker, but I was a bit more patient.
Okay.
In pacing my innings or pacing how I bowl in different stages and stuff. I mean, yeah, I'd learn a certain skill and I'd go practice it in Scotland, perfect it there, and then come back. Come back.
Patience, yeah.
You know, it's just a lot of things that went into the thought process and how you go about it. You know.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the best part.
It's a powerful thing that you say. I learned patience. A cricketer's game has to be centered around patience, because you lose or you fail more than you succeed.
Right.
Yes, you're gonna get the hundreds and whatnot, but it's not when you get the 100 that you learn more. It's when you get the duck. That's when you realize that.
Ooh.
Get a Jeffer first boy and you
Straight
kick it.
up.
You're like,
Yeah,
crap.
underneath your shoulder.
Yeah, like this is it. I'm done.
100%.
I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come back. You play for Randburg. A lot of cares, they go to old ads. What made you gravitate towards Randburg?
Again.
Because that's again far, isn't it?
Yeah. It's quite far.
Yes. Yeah.
So again, big bro was like, "Hey, bro, I was speaking to one of the guys that used to go to Cairns, and he's a coach at Randburg. So I told him, you are in Scotland, but you're coming back at a certain time. Are you? Because I used to play for Old Eds.
I see.
So he says,
It's just natural because you come from
Cairns.
From Cairns, you have to go to Eds.
So
Yeah.
he's like, "Are you open to going to Randburg?" And I asked him, "What do you think?" He's like, "Hey, bro, I think it would be good for you to break away. You know, you've been part of this whole setup for the longest.
Forever.
And right now, he doesn't think I'm shining because everybody knows, guys.
Oh, now they know you.
Yeah, you know, they think if I don't do well, I know someone else that's going to do well, which also was impacting on my game because no one was relying on me to get them over the line. Because if I didn't do it, there's like 4 or 5 other guys that can do it. So he was like, "Hey, come through, come see how the Randburg guys are doing it. You know, they seem to have a proper setup, and they wanna play Premier League. So come through, you know. So yeah, I was like, no, of course, because I trust him. Anything what he says.
Yeah.
You know.
It comes back again to the trust that you guys built.
Yeah.
In as much as he made you cry more times, but it was coming from a place of love.
Of love.
Yeah, and nurturing more than just trying to prove that he's older than you.
100%.
I love that relationship that you've had with him, and it has carried on even in your career. And boom, you've done amazing things with Randburg Seniors. I think you're one of the stewards of Randburg, and in as much as you're a cares boy to ads, you see yourself as a Randburg boy
through
out
and through.
out.
Yeah,
and
through and through.
Congratulations, the head coach of the junior section.
No, thank you very much.
When news broke out, I know a few gents were not happy with that. And you were not happy. Stop it. Stop it. I'm talking to you. No, not you. You. I was one of the gents that I've always rooted for you because of your work ethic.
You know, you're one of the first ones to call me and say congratulations, brother.
Your work ethic speaks volumes of the kind of servanthood that you've put on Randburg. And here we are. And I still remember our first session as the head coach. Yeah. We came afterwards like flipping hell.
it was we had fun.
This is cricket.
This is
what we've always been missing.
Yeah.
And what does that mean to you being head of the junior section? Because that's where the life is.
Yeah.
That's where the future is.
Like, no, for real. To be honest with you, I really feel it's come full circle, you know. It really has, to a point where, as you know, we've given it our all. Every time when we were there, we always gave it our all and stuff. And you always wanted more as a person.
Yeah.
But, you know, in the beginning, it was one of those, okay, is it going to happen? Then that whole situation of stop being fearful, go for it, go for the interviews and stuff. You just never know what might just happen.
Yeah.
You know, and because of the work that I've put in and what the work we've been putting as a collective, it made me shine. I'm not going to lie. For the mere fact that I could help you, you could help me. We could have a nice, clear line of communication, and there won't be any feelings of, oh, he thinks he's better than me. No, it was a situation of, I'm going to learn from Tats the same way Tats is going to learn from me. It made me shine because now I got to a point where I've accumulated a lot of knowledge, you know, coupled with the coaching that I've got for provincial and, you know, club with the likes of Neil, Levinson, you know, that really, really helped me. You know, it's not a situation of, oh, I got there by myself. No, you guys played a massive part in it. You know, which I'm really, really grateful for, and I'm enjoying this whole situation. But
the club has changed. The junior setup is numbers are raking up. There was a point where, and this is not coming to sort of degrade the previous head coaches or anything, but the kind of numbers that are rocking up, what does that do to you as a person? And I'm from where I'm standing, I'm proud. Yeah. From where I'm standing, I'm thinking, gosh, when last did we have this? But when I say that statement, it comes across as I'm comparing to the previous ones, or make them feel like they were not good enough. No. They did their part. But to you as a leader at this point in time, what's that doing to you when you've got 270 odd kids and kids are still coming through? What does that mean?
I am so proud. Like I said, one of the answers that I gave you, that I'm very, very fortunate, because the sort of energy that I've attracted is the energy that has helped me elevate, to a point where when I came back to Randburg Cricket Club, I mean, the legwork has already been done and stuff, but it wasn't, okay, cool, now we chilled. All right. Something different had to happen so that numbers keep going up, and that all came down to the coaches, and how the coaches worked collectively was very, very key. If we worked together, if we shared information, most of the Randburg kids will actually kind of improve quicker than expected, which is, the key thing to this whole coaching situation, because you're there to change your life. You're there to add in a skill, and that could only happen if there was a tight-knit, family of coaches and head coaches before me, which, they've started the legwork. I was just lucky enough to actually kind of, not going to say put the finishing touches, but also work on how to strengthen it even more so that we can get more numbers. But in terms of these numbers, I mean, 270 kids,
Crazy,
bro.
yeah. That's crazy.
It's insane.
That is. When last at the Berg did we have such numbers registered?
I can't remember that. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie to you, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, as it is for the Josie Cup, we have a waiting list for under 11s.
Gosh.
You know, 3 teams, and we still have a
And
waiting
still
list.
have a waiting list.
You know, so that is testament to the environment. You know, I just tell the coaches, I thank you guys every weekend for the work that you do and how you did it, and in the same breath, I also kind of push the button and say, hey, I still think we can get better.
You can do better.
We can do better.
There's so much power in getting guys to speak the same language.
Yeah.
How have you managed to do that? Because yes, you may have a problem with 1 or 2 coaches. I think every family is going to have that stray dog at some point.
Yeah.
But you've managed to have everyone to speak the same language. What's the secret behind that? For someone that's watching this and thinking, I've got 10 orcs that I'm working that are working under me, but we just cannot speak the same language. Not as in communication, but can we do things the same way? Can we all agree and see things from my perspective because I'm your leader?
Yeah.
What's the secret and advice that you'd give to that mate?
I think just afford your team the platform to share some things, whether it's good energy or it's bad. Also, acknowledge the great work that they're doing. You know, give them that compliment. You know, that you guys smashed it. You guys are doing a great job. But the most important thing is just, as a leader, you got to give people a platform to express themselves. Be open to learning because you don't know everything.
Yeah.
You don't. You really don't. So I think that's been the secret to me, that, you know, the guys that I'm working with, you know, I don't think I've ever used this thing of saying my coaches, you know. I'm saying the guys that I work with. So everybody kind of, I try to get everybody to share in the same prestige, you know, of this whole head coach situation, whereas I don't want to use this title, you know. Not like I don't like using it, I just don't want to use it because I want to include everybody in this success. You know, that, head coach, and I would like you to also kind of feel, you know, that you're also there with me. You know, it's not just me hurling, you know, directions and everything. No, it's a situation of, hey, T, so what do you think we can do today? How do you think we can do it? Do you know, also kind of, you know, make you feel that you are part of this well-oiled machine, you know, that we are trying to build.
Power.
You know. Yeah, let's share in the in the glory, dog.
T for president. T for president. T for president.
Let's share in the glory.
Amazing. T, you've been amazing.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, I always ask this question, and usually I want to give the guys before sort of like to prepare it, but I won't. If you were me as the host of the show, what would you have asked Tiro that you want people to know about? Ooh. I know, right?
That one caught me off. God.
You know, the only one that says that, like, geez, couldn't you give me that on a Monday or Sunday?
At least some sort of heads up. Ooh.
Anything, not only about cricket, like anything about you that, ask me this. I want people to remember me as this. I want people to know this about me. I'm not just the guy that's going to be smiling or the guy that you see and is,
So I would say, hey, listen, Coach T, I mean, you've been coaching cricket for a while. Have you ever thought of innovating the game or the coaching aspect of it?
Okay, tell us, Coach T.
I think about this every day, you know, and as well, you know, I'm also a creative, you know, so I mean, I've had countless conversations with other coaches that, I mean, as a coach, you know, you teach kids things week in, week out, but I don't think I've spoken to enough coaches that really want to create coaching equipment. You know, something that's going to help a kid bat or learn how to bat faster in terms of improving in technique, you know. You know, setting up a sort of kit that, can help a kid probably even throw faster or, throw even further. We got to innovate the game as coaches and not just be one-dimensional to a point where as all we think about is just coaching. There's more to it.
There's more to it than
There's more to it. So I don't think we innovate enough in terms of making equipment.
So what can we do to get that? Where do we start? Because I like where you're coming from, because it's just like that Quinton de Kock spin mat.
The spin mat.
Because it's something that someone, when the ball bounces, it's going to replicate what happens in a game. You play on a pitch that's going to grip and turn. That's what the thing is doing.
100%.
You ball on a pitch that is going to be bouncy. That thing does that.
Yeah.
Or that swing or balance where someone steps on it and now their weight is transferred forward.
100%.
But we had to wait for those things to come through other people. And like, oh, wow, yeah. I
can actually,
So what then can we do to have such discussions and say, gents, let's just sit down as coaches and what can we do if you're struggling with a kid lifting the bat? What device can we make to get that lifting?
To get the lifting. So again, it comes down to the sort of environment that you actually kind of create.
Yeah.
As a leader or as part of a collective, if you create an environment whereas innovation as well is part of the conversation, other than, the normal conversation that happens in meetings and stuff, coaching meetings. But I think innovation has to be part of has to be in the vocab there, because I don't think we use it hard enough. We may use the words of how can we get more kids into the game, or how can you help me, improve this kid? But if you think about it, you need to get to a point where, as instead of just coaching and just making money off coaching, how about you could set up a business in the field that you love, that you're in. I mean, if you've been a batsman all your life, how many batting aids do you know, things that help you bat?
Wow.
And how big are they? Are they quite chunky, or do you know something?
Make them flexible,
make
or
them flexible.
portable.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So one of those things is very, very key, in a sense that for you to carry on loving what you do, it cannot be just that. Because there's other things you can explore within that whole coaching realm. So let's innovate.
This man is full of wisdom. The last one is a bit of a controversial one.
Yeah.
What makes a good coach, and what makes a bad coach?
I think what makes a good coach is a willingness to listen first and learn, ask questions, and being humble enough to know that you don't know everything. That's, I think, for me, what worked for me was asking questions, listening to different people, listening to how they coach, and basically also listening to the type of coaching that I got when I was younger. So it was a whole collection of things that I've actually kind of put in, and I've taken what works, and I've tried what didn't work. I've tried it, not that I didn't try.
No, I don't leave it.
So I've tried it, and there's some things that I've remixed, and there's some things that I've just said, okay, cool, now this is not working. So I think a mark of a good coach is being open to learning. Every day. Depending on it could be conversation, it could be by physical action, just learn. And a mark of a bad coach is the one that really knows that he knows everything. My way is the highway. If you don't do it my way,
you're screwed up.
If you're not willing to accept criticism or accept, advice, and just taking it into consideration, use it first. If it doesn't work, discard it. But if you're one of those, I'm not going to listen. I'm set in my ways, then you're really going to be one-dimensional. You're not going to grow. You're not going to help kids grow.
Wow.
Hey,
let me take you back, madam. He's on his way now. He's not home. I've let him go. You've been amazing. Thank you so much for taking your time to spread of the love, the support, the wisdom.
Yeah, man.
There's so much that I took from this episode around respect.
Yeah.
Talking to people, how to talk to people, how to practice, and how to compare as well.
100%.
Because like you said just now, where this is what works, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And I will try that which did not work.
100%.
I'm not, because a lot of times we're so quick to say, take what works and discard what doesn't.
Yeah.
But what if you just need to try it out?
Just tweak it a
Yes,
little bit.
maybe. It just
Yeah.
needs, or if it's a player that you're talking to and they're not listening, maybe it's how you're speaking to them.
100%.
If you just change a little bit, 6 to make it a 9, it's already different. Like,
100%.
wow, coach, you're amazing. You're like,
eyes light up. It does.
that's exactly
work.
what your mom and dad have been screaming to you. And they say this.
But it's all in the delivery,
Yeah,
you know. But
yeah.
Pats, thank you, my boy. And I'm really, really proud of, like I said, I'm proud of what you're doing. From when you rocked up, my
Thank
boy.
you. Thank
Listen,
you.
you're doing it, and I'm proud of you, brother. And
I
thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
Nah, I'm blessed.
No, I
I'm blessed.
appreciate you.
I'm
my boy.
blessed. I'm blessed to be doing what I love
Yeah.
and sitting down with gents. Because a lot of these lessons, you
Yeah.
never find them for the years that I've known you for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
And we never sat down to have this. Because
Yeah, it's
every
always
time, yes, you're playing or you're coaching, I was like, bro, you're good.
you're
done.
out.
Then in and out.
100%.
And to sit down with you for the past 1 hour, I can speak to you for the next 2 hours and have the longest episode ever and still not repeat the same
thing.
You understand?
But yeah.
That's the nature of the kind of person that you are as a player, as a person. And Madam is lucky to have you.
Hey, man, listen, yeah, I'm lucky to have you because I've seen the progression, dog.
Oh man,
You know,
bruh,
I've seen the, and you're.
I'm blessed, honestly speaking.
I followed the progression from where you started to up until now, and I would have loved to be
And
there
we're still
from the
growing.
start. But you, of course,
Yeah, we're
boy.
still growing.
Listen, this
Yeah.
is not even the cap. We're still gonna.
We're still gonna
burst
best through.
this.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you, man.
Thank you, man.
I'm
Thank
really
you.
happy for you.
Thank you. Before we start crying here.
Nah, serious. I'm proud of this guy. This
Thank
guy
you. Thank you.
is an epitome of hard work does pay off. You know, and do what you love.
And being consistent.
Consistency.
Yeah. Week in, week out. Even when you don't feel like it, just
show
do
up,
it.
bruh.
Just show up.
Just show up.
Lastly, you spoke about outdoor media.
Yeah.
Who are your clients?
So we got a couple of people.
What's your target, rather? I think that's a better question.
So basically, I'm targeting anybody. You know, anybody that wants to get their product out there. You know, it could be a clothing brand, it could be a perfume brand. Anybody that just wants to, you know, get their brand or their, you know, their stuff out to the people. And I mainly actually kind of focus on the lower LSMs from 1 to 3. You know, that's where the big numbers are in terms of
definitely.
audience.
Yes.
You know,
yes,
so
yes.
any companies that want to get their product to their people, you know, get their message across, you know, that's what we do. You know, we make sure that people see it.
Yeah. And we're going to link everything down in the description and Tiro's contacts and everything. Let's use them. And like we always say, we're also looking for sponsors.
Yeah.
And the sponsors come through and we speak about their company or their advertising. They get something, they get a customer and we get a kickback. So
100%.
we need
100%.
those. So thank you so
100%.
much. If you've been around, you've been patient enough, 1 hour, 10 minutes. And I know Tiro's Madam is smiling. Right? I was like, baby.
I'm on my way.
Yeah, she is coming. What would you like to say to her before we close?
Basically, I would like to say thank you. Thank you. I love you for all the support from the rough times up until now.
Yeah.
She's been
Pillar.
amazing.
That's the same thing that you said to me when I said, this is amazing too, because she knows that you're done coaching. And I always say the same thing as well. She'll call me like, you're done, right, love? You're like, oh, yes, I am done. And we say that it grounds you as a person
100%.
because you know that there's something that you're looking forward to. I am here from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. From 2 o'clock, I'm at this point. So anywhere she is, you know that this is where she is, whatever juncture, whatever.
100%.
And it grounds you as a person.
100%.
And that just shows the maturity that we are as gents. That you're not just gonna whop around and really understand.
No, you need that person. And you know what she has been to me has been amazing. So I love you, and I'm thankful and appreciate you.
Oh,
You know.
Where'd you find this? Thank you so much. We'll see you guys on the other side. Liking, sharing, and subscribing helps us to bring more people through. Tiro was here, a legend, the head coach of Randburg Junior, set up and making sure that the future Proteas are coming our way. And amazing work that he's doing at Randburg. Also, the link down below if you want to join in at Randburg to be part of that setup. Amazing setup. Come through and just have a feel. You don't have to commit.
Yeah. Just come through. Come check us out.
Yes.
You know, have a feel
Practice
for
with
the
us.
have a feel for the environment. We've got a great restaurant there. We've got
Exactly. Have yourself a beer whilst the kid is running around.
you know, have a chat to some of the committee members. You'll be shocked at how chilled everybody is when you're there. You know, it's a great environment for kids. It's a great environment for everybody. So come in, man. Come have fun with us.
Come have fun.
Come have fun.
Let's have a beer. Let's have a Coke. Let's have a coffee and chill. And get to meet the coaches and get to meet Coach T as well.
Yeah.
I am blessed because you are here. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.